armada must pass through the strait at Lion Spire. This is no easy feat, as long as those trebuchets remain operational. Goal is simple. Storm the city, and then the keep! Blow those trebuchets to smithereens! For the order!
Just want to say a big thank you to the developers Torn Banner Studios and Tripwire Interactive for providing a beta key. So Chivalry 2 releases on June 8th, crossplay on PC and both the last gen and next gen PlayStation and Xbox consoles. This is a sequel to the 2012 game Chivalry Medieval Warfare. Not a game that I've played. I have played Mortal, which a lot of people compare to Chivalry, which was released in 2019. It's a first or third person fighting game with medieval combat, swords, shields, axes, bows, and it's multiplayer, so lots of players on at one time. I was able to hold my own a little and get a few kills in. There was 4 classes to pick from, so you could be an archer, a vanguard, a footman, or a knight. I tried all of them, but I kind of stuck to the knight as I thought that was the most sort of default class. Within each class there's a subclass, so here I'm an officer, and these come with different perks and abilities. The officer excels when mixing support, ranged and melee actions, and has 50% increased dash cooldown, so a little bit faster. I also had a warhorn that would boost my allies' health regeneration for a time, and I could tackle people and knock them to the ground. So for me, I had the longsword as my primary, a shorter sword as my secondary. You could go a footman, where you typically use a pike. You could also go a vanguard, which is a sort of heavier variant of the knight, so you start set with a battle axe. And there's also the archer, for a bit more of passive gameplay. So there was 2 maps that I played. I'm just going to go through the full gameplay of the Siege of Lion Spire, where we sort of started on this medieval D-Day beach landing as the Mason side, battering rams through the gate into the town centre, and then destroying the enemy's trebuchets and trying to take the enemy's keep. Starts with that pretty cool intro, getting you ready to fight, and then you have this essentially wall of death where the 2 player teams are running against each other. I decided to mix it into third person mode here just to give it a bit more cinematic feel, and these are all real player characters. I'm playing on mouse and keyboard on PC. You attack with your left mouse button, drag the mouse across with the direction that you want to hit, and you can block with the right mouse button. Me and my teammate are ganging up on this one vanguard looking character. Managed to get a headshot kill, decapitate him there, and turn around, there's a guy on my back. Pretty cool little details here that the armour that I had was knocked off, and I managed to block that enemy's incoming attack. We switch back to first person here, and me and my teammates are trying to move our battering rams to the enemy's gates. You can do slashes and jabs, so I've just jabbed that enemy in the chest there, finished them off. In the opening speech you could hear our leader talk about the catapults and the trebuchets. So the trebuchets and catapults can actually be controlled by the players and used to kill you. I'm pretty new to the game. I've played a little bit of Mortal, but I'm no seasoned veteran at it. I was doing basic attacks, ganging up with my teammates, but there's very advanced combat moves you can use. You can use taunts, you can use pirouettes, you can use feints to beat your opponent. My tactic just seemed to be rush them and hope that I had allies. So at this point we've broken through the enemy's gates and we're trying to capture the town square. And there's a dialogue wheel that you can use to throw out insults and taunts at your opponents, and it's pretty funny. There's a good sense of humour in the game. It's not totally serious. The game looked fantastic. You could see the reflections on the steel armour of my enemies there, as well as the blood spatter. It was also pretty gory with plenty of blood shown around the battlefield. You can also maim, decapitate your enemies. And an added layer to the combat is usually the enemy will give out some sort of reaction to that as well.
I refuse to die!
So I showed that there was kicking and taunts, but another option in combat is to throw your weapon. You can throw your primary, maybe impale an enemy, and as you can see I was left unarmed there trying to block with my hands, so you can imagine how that ended. So my team are doing pretty well here. We've captured the town square, we've broken through the gates, and now we're trying to destroy the banners. We're trying to get into essentially the keep, or the next layer of the defences. This is something I really enjoyed about the game. It wasn't just open battlefield trying to score as many kills as possible. It was, I guess, like sort of Battlefield's conquest mode where there was multiple objectives to get through. It was really cinematic. So now we've managed to reach the trebuchets. Our goal is to destroy them, to let our ships pass. This guy was pretty unlucky here. He's been set on fire, he's fighting me with the axe, and then my teammates rocked up, cut his arm off, and I've cut his head off. So here I am, MVP, blowing up the trebuchet. And it's not all bloody warfare, we've got interactable environments, and I just thought I'd take a little seat here, take it all in, been through a lot. Okay, now it's time to get up, get fighting again, and just a little end clip here. Not only can we interact with objects, we can use them as weapons. GG's, throwing fish for the win. Overall, I really enjoyed the game. I do think I'll pick it up. Let me know, is there something you'd be interested in? Join the Discord if you'd be looking to find some players in similar games, and let me know, is there any other upcoming games that you'd be interested in seeing some gameplay of? Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.